Well, here we are. Here we meet again. Welcome to a day in the shop. I'm Jimmy. We're making it work. If you're new, we might fix some cars today. It's been a little bit slow. We're getting the basically odd stuff. What happens when it gets slow is they'll take anything in. It doesn't matter. If you come in here with a John Deere tractor, do you guys work on these? Yeah, bring it in. We'll take a look. Because it's slow. The slower it gets, the sillier it gets. And it seems like everything's a weird repair. But it's a repair. We're fixing something. We're getting something going again. And making content for you guys. And almost able to pay the bills. Well, we won't have a problem with that. We'll be alright. Man, we got some work on a project truck yesterday. It was so slow. I did some fiberglass work, and those are separate videos, so you have to tune in for those. There's not a lot going on. Empty parking lot again this morning. The appointment schedule, though, looks like we got 5 or 6 cars have appointments, so we'll see what happens. We got to keep four mechanics busy, basically. We're going to do our best to learn some things, have some fun, and get some things done. We got 8 more days to my cruise vacation, and I need a vacation. About this time every year, I'm getting kind of burnt out, and I need a break. I definitely recommend it. There was a time when I didn't take a lot of vacations, but once I did start doing it, I found that it made a huge difference. Kind of like a battery recharge. It matters. So if you're not taking any vacation time for yourself, I highly recommend you do it. Parking lot's getting pretty sparse. I fixed that one a long time ago. He hasn't picked it up. Waiting on the water pump and thermostat. The green monster you guys know about. I think I don't know if I mentioned, we don't have any paperwork for it. No customer information. And it's been here like 5 or 6 months. The guy never called to check on it or anything. We got the shop truck running good. We got a parts car back there. That's the landlord, the guy that owns the property. That looks, oh, that's the one with the HVAC case. The door, the mode door is broken. He's not gonna fix it. Joe worked on the Mercedes. Bill worked on the Nissan. I'm working on that one and that one. Anywho, enough flapping. Let's finish getting this place open up. I hope my GoPro lights come in any day now. I think they actually said Friday, so it'll be end of the week before I get those. Let's get this place open up and get in there and get started. The flapping has we gotta reduce it. Stay tuned. Broken Honda. I think we did valve cover gaskets, and replaced the front valve cover, but the back one is still leaking. So we're gonna redo it. I don't know who did the original work, but not really my concern. My concern is fixing it for the customer. I think it's like a 2012 or 2014, poor thing. A love rating of 4, and off we go. Shouldn't be too hard. These are pretty easy. All you need is basically a 10 and a 12 millimeter socket. I might pull it forward a little more and take the front tires off for the vertically challenged situation. Be right back. Nice! Hell yeah! Well, it's got to come off. If they ever get a flat, they're not going to be able to change it. Someone enjoys a little bit of the ganja every now and then. That car freaking reeks. There's got to be a bunch of dead skunks in that thing.
No,
like a whole herd of them.
It's like a family reunion.
Like I can still see the smoke in the cat. Was that you? Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on. Got it. I'm gonna put some studs in this thing. It's the least we can do, I guess. She's upset that it's still leaking oil, but I think we tried to reuse a valve cover that we thought might be bad, and that's gonna be the problem, but we gotta get it apart and see why it's leaking. And in the meantime, I'll let them get me some studs. I need 3 nuts, and I might as well do all 5 studs if we're gonna do 3 of them, right? I can run a, yeah, this one's bad. This one and this one are good. These 2 are bad, and that one broke. So, at least 3 studs and 3 nuts. Get in there, will you? I already popped these loose. Get this rotor out of our way. And, alright, listen here, man. This is, in case you guys are new, this is a Husky 47-200. I bought it for about, I think it was 15, 18 bucks at the parts store. About 15, 18 years ago. Worked great. The bits are from Tecton. The original bit I had broke like 3 years ago. So I bought these bits for like 9 bucks from Tecton. Came with like 5 different bits. Or you can get the snap-on one, it's like 250 bucks. It's up to you. You can do what you like. I'm not going to tease you about it too much. Alright, I think those will fit out of there without too much of a catastrophe. Make sure they know to order those for me. We'll start in the valve cover. Usually that little light turns on to let you know it's charging, but it doesn't turn on anymore. It doesn't charge anymore. He's gone. Anyway, back to work. I gotta pop some covers off here. This cover comes off of here, no problem. We can get to our valve covers. I believe on the, yeah, you gotta take the intake off too. So we'll do that. You take this, you don't take the big perimeter one off. Take this one off and you can get to the bolts that hold it down. I'll usually take the throttle body off so I don't have to disturb the throttle body heater hoses. There's little coolant tubes that go to it so it doesn't freeze up in northern climates. And once the valve, you can see this front valve cover is brand new. Back one, not so much, but there's a lot of corrosion, so that's what we'll be addressing. I guess I'm not going to take this airbox lid off again because this one's broken. This one's loose. This one's loose. And this one's tight. So one of them's working. Don't mess with it. No clamp on there, but that's alright. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Springs are loose, but it's only a small split, don't worry. That's why it doesn't need a clamp, I guess. Take this off. Oops, that thing's, the car's 10, 11 years old, I guess now, so that's it. It's done. All the rubber and plastic, I've had enough. the top, bolts on the bottom. Thank you, sir. Gonna take this ground off, bracket back here, and get this harness, which I think has some bolts holding the harness on too. Okay, we can get the valve cover off. Kind of unique that they use a stud instead of a bolt for these coils. There's oil all over this coil. Need it. I'll throw it down there. I don't care. Found the leak. That is not good. That's got to be what's leaking. The spark plug well, and the valve cover's corroded. Personal assistant, and I unplugged O2. That is not going to seal. That's no good.
It's bad, right? I told you. I told you.
I already told him to order me one. I pulled the coil out. I was like, "Yeah, order me a valve cover."
Yeah. So you see what I'm talking about? How right here at the back end?
Yep. I unbolted that bracket down there so I can get to the back corner and clean the back of that, because that's a critical leak path. I got some nuts. I got some studs. That's usually how it works. I think these two are the good ones. I'm going to change these three. Yeah, I can see chunks of metal in these guys. I know one thing, if this rolls on nice and easy by hand, that's a good one. I'm putting the studs on these so I don't hammer them out by mistake, you know what I'm saying? We got some new studs. That's how it's supposed to look. I got a stud installation tool that helps. We'll hammer the old ones out. I'm hoping they're going to fit out without having to loosen the hub. Might be close. Let's see. I guess you could notch this. This is just tin here. You could cut that if you needed to, but we'll see. Might have to. It's just barely not clearing it. I know that one will. It's not going to hurt the hub. I'm not hitting directly on the hub. I'm hitting the stud, and I'm choked up on the hammer. I'm just giving it a little love out. I wouldn't recommend smashing on it really hard. You can get a tool and press them out if you're concerned about warping the hub, but I've done this for years, and just be patient and give it some taps, it'll come out. No damage. A little love with that. And fits right out. Tiny little bit of grease on the splines to help. Tiny little bit of grease on the threads. That back where it was, and everybody wins. You'd never know it. You'd never know anyone was there. What's that commercial? Surf Pro, like it never even happened. Now this guy got a bearing on the inside and outside that are separate, so you can use a lug nut. Now if the splines poke through the hub a little bit, then I recommend a large washer under it, just so that this doesn't stop it from coming out the rest of the way. Works really well. And what I'll do after I seat all these, when I'm done, I put the wheel on, I torque them, and I'll go around 2 or 3 times just to make sure there wasn't a few thousandths of clearance left. So that's my way of doing it. I don't really have to turn this anymore, do I? It's all part of the show. Jimmy, you're making it senile. Working while senile. Change the name eventually. I don't like to put my face in there, just in case. Realistically, the chances of this stuff exploding is pretty damn slim, but just in case. I did have to get me an extra nut so I can use one to pull these in case it gets damaged. The valve cover's not coming until tomorrow. I covered the engine with rags so it's not out in the atmosphere. We'll finish up on the valve cover tomorrow. This tool, I believe, is Lyle. Could be AST tools. I don't see a part number on it, but I'll make sure it's in the Amazon store, one way or another. The rotor went right on. It's a good sign that the studs are in all the way and nice and straight and all that cool stuff. The other thing that concerns me is these are 21 and these are 22. So I got to ask about the spare tire deal, what we're going to do with that, because you got to have both sizes if you have 2 different size nuts. They might have to get nuts from Honda, and we'll use these temporarily, but we're not even putting the wheel back on today. I'm just going to get the brakes together and we're going to wait to get the valve cover. Now we gotta see if there's something else to do around here. Not looking good. We got what we call in the business a sparse parking lot. Oh, there's another Honda out there. (2020) Volvo. Customer says my brakes make noise, the pedal gets hard, and I don't feel like they're working properly. It's like a 60,000 mile, 4-year-old car. It's pretty new. You guys know how to start it? Oh, there it is. Oh, turn it. Uh-oh, not working. I gotta figure it out. I don't know how to work this thing. The newest Volvo I've ever worked on is like a 2009 or something. Faith. Do I have to put this anywhere? You push it down and turn it. Oh, something happened. Oh, I figured it out. You just gotta hold it longer. You gotta wait. You turn it and it takes like 2 or 3 seconds to respond. It's actually got a good looking interior and everything. It's 4 on the love rating. Got check engine light on. Maintenance light on. Didn't ask about any of that. But the brakes feel funny. We're gonna figure it out. I got an open rack in the back by the project truck. I'll take it back there and we'll take a look. Put these keys back. I thought I was going to have to plug them in somewhere. Some of the earlier German and European cars, you push the key in somewhere and then it'll work. That's what I thought I was going to have to do, but we nipped that in the bud. Oh wow, it's got no power brakes. There's definitely no power brakes. Holy moly, you can't drive that. This thing has no power brakes. I mean, I got to pick my butt up off the seat to get it to stop just rolling. I bet you I know why the check engine light's on and why the brake pedal feels funny. Something going on with the vacuum pump or something. Let's get the scanner and do our brake inspection with that, because that's definitely where we're headed. That was in the OBD2 port. Probably adds 100 horsepower or something. I'm not sure, but I need to get the 689 BT hooked up. So that thing's got to go. Might as well enjoy the air conditioning while we got it running. It's warm today. It's like 92 degrees. Let's get the 689 BT fired up. See what kind of codes we got. 69333. We're stepping into the matrix. It's been slow, so oops, it doesn't read the VIN. That's terrible news. I'm gonna exit out. What do you think about that? Don't forget to remove the VCI. I'm gonna try it again. Maybe I missed something. Usually that's gonna blink. Let me fill this VIN in, do this all manually, and we'll come back. All right, luckily they got the VIN on the paperwork. They have to go around now and take pictures of every side of the car, because a couple people claim that we damaged their cars, which everyone here is really careful with cars, and we haven't had any such problems. But it seems like the more trash the car is, the more likely you already get blamed for something. Oh, didn't like the VIN I put in. That's going to be a problem too. Maybe I can't talk to new Volvos. Give it one more try. Make sure I entered the VIN correctly. What I was saying was, there's pictures now when we do the DVI inspection report. There's pictures of the mileage and pictures of every side of the car in those reports now. Kind of feel bad for them that they have to go through that much work before we've even gotten to where we're going to fix anything, but it is what it is. It's the sign of the times, right? I got 4, 8, 12, 16, 17. That should be it. Loading. VIN code parsing failed. All right, maybe I'll try a different scanner. Let me give it a couple more tries off camera, and if we get anywhere, we'll update. All right, instead of an all system scan, we'll try it directly. V for Volvo. If it says this failed, I'm going to get a different scanner, but I don't think it will. I'd be surprised. Something's definitely up with the auto VIN. Automatically search. It said something about pressing the keys on and off about 35 different ways or something. We'll see if we really have to do it. Sometimes they joke about that stuff, they don't mean it. This function needs to download files. Downloaded successfully. That was quick. Couldn't just do that automatically, huh? S60 2020. Health report. I'm not sure why that had to be so complicated to get that to happen. But nowadays, it just seems like things are more complicated. Just, I don't know. Maybe that way everyone will be more stressed out and angry. I'm not sure what the point is. But does it seem that way to you? Seems like everything's just a little more chaotic, a little more stressful, a little more aggravating. Intentional or not, that's definitely the way it feels. Everything seems to be just a little bit more hoop jumping. And I don't think I can row any harder or faster. I'm rowing as best I can. So hopefully we can make something happen with this car. We're gonna do our best. We'll see what the codes look like when this thing gets done. And I've been flapping so much it's almost done. So hey, ooh, look at this. Turbocharger boost pressure too high, oil pressure too low, intake cam timing, crank cam correlation, exhaust cam timing, crank position, cold start, internal control module main processor failure, multiple gears engaged, algorithm based failures, ABS brakes, vacuum supply, mechanical failures, low fluid level, right motor, left motor, invalid signal from another module, sensor driver, trunk lift gate, front right external sensor, left internal sensor, left front inner sensor, right rear internal, left right rear left rear right internals, CEM internal signal group, interrupted communication with climate control, battery backup sounder, battery voltage, window. Jeez Louise, when do the codes end? I'm not going to read all these to you. We don't have that much time left in the day. Battery voltage, internal. Let's philosophize a moment. I don't want anyone to think I don't want to work on these cars. But honestly, if you buy a Volvo, go to the Volvo dealer. If you buy a new Mercedes, go to the Mercedes dealer. If you buy a Land Rover, go to the Land Rover dealer. The rest of you, come on down, we'll fix it. Jaguars, I mean, people buy these really weird cars. I don't understand it, but whatever makes you happy, I guess. But then they come to an independent shop that probably can't fix it anyway because you don't want to spend any money, or spend as much money as the dealer might charge. I don't understand that, because for this car, I guarantee almost anything we need, we have to go to the dealer, and that's who would sell it to you if you went there too. I don't understand it. I'm sending a report. I'm not letting myself be frustrated. I am in a good mood. Slow or not, I'm in a good mood. 69,333. We're sending a report. We're getting out under the hood. I'm going to see if something's disconnected or broken or visibly, because there is no power brakes. This is probably going to have a vacuum pump. I'm guessing it's turbocharged like almost every modern car nowadays. So if it's turbocharged, it'll have a vacuum pump, so you have brake booster vacuum when the engine's under boost. It usually relies on intake manifold vacuum, but turbocharged, there's pressure in the intake instead of vacuum. It's the opposite of what a power brake booster would want. This could also have an electric power brake booster that has a malfunction. So let's send this report and take a look at some of those goodies. Report is sent. Codes have been cleared. I'm gonna guess that's the master cylinder somewhere under that. It's got a battery thing. You guys know where the master cylinder might be? Maybe it doesn't have one. Maybe that's the problem. Volvo's like, forgot it. Sorry. Alright. Starting to feel like a little bit of a waste of time since the customer's waiting too for this. So I'm going to go look up the symptoms and some of those codes I noted on my work order, and we'll see if there's any particular problem I should look too. I'm guessing it's got some type of power master, is what we used to call the electrically boosted brake systems, or we used to call them power masters. I don't know if Volvo has a different name for it, but before we get too carried away with the high-tech stuff, let's check the basics. There's a fitting down there in the vacuum pump. See if it makes any vacuum, that's all. And there's nothing to do, and someone's going to be hammering and making all kinds of noise down there. Let's see. Uh-oh. No vacuum. And it's got a bad vacuum pump. That's easy. Let's see if AutoZone has one. We also would have to take that thing off. Sometimes I've seen cars, no experience on these newer Volvos, but sometimes I've seen where the back of the camshaft is damaged because the vacuum pump will lock up and break off an ear. But we won't know until we take it all apart. And since the customer's waiting, I doubt we'll get a chance to do that, but we'll see. Maybe he'll leave it. Maybe he'll take an Uber home. We'll get some parts from Sweden coming. Shh. I know. Don't drive. The hood's open, silly. If you don't know your hood's open at this point, you probably shouldn't be driving. Just saying. Let me let them know up front. We'll see if this thing needs a cabin filter or a brake flush and a vacuum pump. Oh, there goes the Volvo. She is going to drive that thing home against our advice to have it towed. The thing has literally no power brakes. Good luck. Alright guys, we are buttoned up for the day. Slow day again. The whole week's probably going to be slow, so prepare yourself for short videos. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you'll torque the like button. We're going to finish up the Honda tomorrow. Hope I see you there, because you're awesome.